Hey, what's good, guys? It's Brian here. I just wanted to make a little video on just talking about richness and what I would do if I was rich and just the problem with being rich. So, initially, I just want to talk about, first I want to talk about what I would do if I'd ever win the lottery, or if I'd ever run a very successful company, or become a famous celebrity, or if my YouTube thing would shoot off very well, or strike a oil, something like that, just where I'm in a position where I'm rich. I'll talk about that, but first I want to talk about what initially being rich can do for the world. Let's say you're someone like Elon Musk. Let's say let's just say you're a random person. Let's say you're John Smith. Let's say John Smith has $10 billion in his bank account, buy anything he wants. And let's say John Smith not only has $10 billion in his bank account, but John Smith is going to make $850 million more a year. John Smith is set for life. But John Smith, well, he's set for life, and his great-great-great-great-great-great-grandkids are set for life. John Smith doesn't donate a penny to charity. Okay? John Smith pays his employees of whatever company, let's just say he has a company, let's say he has fast food restaurants. That's in grocery stores. He pays his employees the minimum wage of each state, the lowest he can possibly pay him. He keeps all his employees under 40 hours a week, so he doesn't have to offer them benefits. He treats them like crap. He doesn't donate a single penny to any charity. He doesn't help a single person but himself. Okay? See my premise? But then let's just say you have someone who only makes $80,000 a year. Any extra money they get, they donate to charity. They go out and raise money for charity. They try to help people as much as they can. That's initially... So initially, I know I'm probably not making much sense here, but what I'm trying to say is, we have a corporate greed problem in this country. And this is not a political statement whatsoever. This is a real statement. Now listen, before I get into anything, we're always going to have rich people. Like, we're always going to have super, super rich people that are going to be sat for life, and their families are going to be sat for generations and generations. It's a fact of life. So you're always going to have the totem pole. You're always going to have super, super rich, upper middle class. So I guess we redo that. Super, super rich. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I just want to redo this. I'm trying to think of the proper way to do this. You're always going to have super, super rich, upper middle class, upper to somewhat middle class, lower middle class, poor, dirt poor, and extremely dirt poor. Sort of the totem pole. You're always going to have people that are super, super rich that have billions upon billions of dollars. Always going to have people that don't have money. You barely ever have any money. That's a factor of life all across the world, no matter if you're in a capitalist country, a communist country, a fascist country, a socialist country, a liberalist country, a conservative country. Where you are in the world doesn't matter. You're always going to have that. That's the way of life. No government can change that. But, I think there are certain things, and no, I'm not encouraging socialism in any way, shape, or form. There are certain needs that people have. Like, there are certain things, basic things that people need, such as clothing. It doesn't have to be fancy clothing, but you have to be able to be dressed so you can keep warm. A roof over your head, food to eat, water to drink. Basic, like those are basic things, like housing. So initially, shelter, clothing, and food and water. That's some basic things. So another basic thing I'd say is healthcare. You need to if you've got an infection in your mouth with a tooth thing, you need to go and get pills to kill that infection, then have that tooth removed. Or if you have a heart attack, you gotta have healthcare. You just have to. Another thing I might get a lot of things with this, transportation is a basic need. Rather it be a car, a bus, a bike, a scooter, anything. You have to be able to get, you have to be able to get back and forth to work. You have to be able to get the doctor's appointments and stuff. Yeah, you have to be able to get back and forth to the bank and the grocery store and the pharmacy, stuff like that. Transportation is a basic need. I'm sorry. I'm not, listen, this is coming from a very conservative, capitalist, anti-socialism person. I'm not, and don't think when I say with the healthcare thing, I'm supporting Medicare for all or anything like that. No, I'm not. But there's just certain needs that I feel like everyone needs. And I truthfully do believe. Now listen, I'm not encouraging. I'm far from even liberal on any of these issues. But I'm just saying, initially the main point, I know this video makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. All I'm saying is that if I was rich, if I was a very wealthy person, or even like a person who's doing well off, making $200,000 a year, I would try to help people with these basic needs as much as I possibly could. As much as I possibly could. I would help. If I had the money of Elon Musk, $320 billion, and I was making another $10 to $30 billion a year, I would probably only be a millionaire, which that's not bad. I'd rather be a millionaire than be poor, because I would spend tens of billions of dollars on people. I would pay for so many people to have health care. I'd pay for people's mortgages and their rent. I'd buy people houses. I would pay people's taxes, their property taxes for them. I'd buy people cars and buy them food and donate to charities. That's what I'm saying. If I was rich, I would do. I mean, you have people like Mark Cuban and Oprah and Howard Schultz that do things like that are great people. But then you have people like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk and stuff like that. People like that who just don't care. They're going to keep getting richer and richer, and they don't care if anyone ever struggles. Even though you have people that are probably working 10 times harder than they ever did, or than they currently are, or they ever did, but they don't care. Now listen, I'm not dogging rich people. Usually if you're rich, it's because you worked for it. A lot of times. There's a lot of times where mommy and daddy handed it to you, or you inherited it or whatever, but there are many cases where there's people that work to be rich, like Mark Cuban and Oprah and Jim Carrey and stuff. They worked very hard to get where they are. And I'm not criticizing that, but all I'm saying is, please don't be greedy. In your life, don't be greedy. This is not a political statement. This is not a religious statement. This is nothing like that. This is just a statement. Don't be greedy. If you let's say after paying all your bills, taking care of your kids, or taking care of your family, paying all your bills, buying food for yourself, so buying the things for yourself, yeah, keep some money for yourself, obviously. But if you have maybe, let's say, $20 extra to spare, go and donate it to your local children's hospital or your local Salvation Army or something. Or if you have tons of extra stuff, if you have like an extra couch, go donate to Goodwill. Give someone a cheap price for a couch, or go donate to the Salvation Army, stuff like that. Or if you ever would win the lottery, give money to charities and help people. Just if you can help people, not even just in financial ways. You just have extra stuff to give them, or just help them have a better day. Just help people. Just really help people. That's what I try to do as much as I possibly can. Of course, I'm only 18 years old. I have a part-time job. I don't get many hours a week. I work dollars. I only make $11 an hour. But I do. I try to help people. I've donated to charities before and stuff. I try to sincerely help people. So just, to your everyday man, help people. And if Elon Musk is listening and other multi-billionaires like that, I know you're probably not, but if you are listening, please, just please help the world. Just make the world a better place, please. You have the ability to do that. I'm not saying you can't solve all world problems. You can't. No one can. No matter how rich or poor you are, no one can solve any world problems. We're always going to have hunger or starvation and people struggling and stuff, but just please, even if it's only a couple $100,000, you can do it. Just please go and help some people. Please make people's lives a little bit better. That's all I'm saying. And alright guys, I know that video, majority of it didn't make much sense, but the basic premise is, don't be greedy. Just just fight against greed. Try to help your fellow man. This is not a religious or a political statement or anything of that sort. I just want to say, just help your fellow man and woman. That's all I gotta say. Hey, alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm sorry the video was kind of flip-flopping. I kind of got political, kind of didn't. I just wanted to make that little video. Oh, yeah. That's just a basic video. I'm sorry, like I said, if it didn't make much sense in some parts, but yeah, I just want to make that little video. So the main premise is, don't be greedy. Help your fellow man or woman. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe for more guys. Alright guys, thank you so much.